Yeah, if you guys want to just walk around, that's fine too, but we'll give you a little bit of a tour if you'd like. Alright, so yeah, we're just kind of starting with the history of space travel. So satellites, the first satellite ever shot, which is Sputnik. So they didn't do anything to study space, it just pulsed radio signals, which is pretty cool. Basically, it's pretty neat. It's kind of like a weird robotic bug-looking thing, and these are all antennas coming off of it. All it did was really pulse radio signals just to show the military strength of the nation, the USSR, which is no longer a nation. It's just a capsule that a guy, basically his name was Yuri Gagarin, rode around in. He did not steer or anything like that. He just flew around the Earth really, really fast in an automated capsule, this ball here. He'd been in basically an environment no one had ever been to before, in a country flexing its military muscles via technology. And the USA had to respond to that. So this is the USSR, this large satellite, first person in space. But the USA responds to doing something as well. Mr. Tom will tell you about that.
Yeah. So the launch of Sputnik in 1957 essentially kicked off the space race. And the USSR came out with a lot of firsts, launching the first satellite, first human into space. They also were able to do the first spacewalk. But as some of you may be familiar with, President John F. Kennedy made a very famous speech. He wanted us to safely land someone on the moon before the decade was out. This decade, of course, was the 1960s. Success. In July 1969, of course, we landed the first human on the moon, Neil Armstrong. Are we familiar with that name? Neil Armstrong? Yep, he was the first person to set foot on the moon. Since we've had 12 astronauts all together land on the moon, walk on the moon. And what's kind of cool about that, their footprints are still there. There is no atmosphere on the moon, essentially no wind, so you don't have dust blowing around. Those footprints are still intact, which is kind of cool to think about, I think. So anyway, just imagine you're on the moon. It's kind of view you can see. This is, of course, Earth in the background. You get a nice view of Earth. Also, we have in our display case, we have a space helmet, astronaut helmet, and boots. I want to ask you, when you walked in the building, did you notice the glass on the sides of our building? It'd be nice if it was sunny, then you notice the colors a bit more. But that glass, it's called dichroic glass. It is the same material that NASA used on these protective visors on the Apollo astronauts' helmets. Of course, as I mentioned, no atmosphere on the moon, no air. You also don't have any protection from solar radiation. So very important to have this kind of protective visor on your helmet if you're rolling around on the moon. Okay, but yeah, that was 1969 when that happened. Since then, we have done quite a bit. Rover called Opportunity launched and landed on Mars 2004 along with a twin named Spirit. Opportunity still kind of kicking around doing its thing. So as scientists, we like to ask questions. Of course, we like to discover things, but they took that International Space Station and put those pieces up. It is literally free falling. So they're putting it together. It's actually falling to Earth as they were putting it together. Once they got it together, now you have one of those things actually came out of doing some experiments. Here we know now that tardigrades can survive space without a spacesuit, which is pretty cool because we didn't know any animal could survive the extreme of space. So it makes you kind of wonder if there's life out there on other planets, because space is pretty much the most extreme thing you can kind of experience. So that's kind of a cool thing about ISS. So yeah, that's a pretty neat space station we have up there right now. One other thing that we have that's pretty cool, if you head over here, we have a space telescope by the name of Hubble. Hubble's a big deal because Hubble teaches us a lot about stuff we cannot see from the ground. We're beneath an ocean of air, so we cannot see deep space stuff. They're basically out 13.7 billion years old. Right there, some pretty cool stuff. Hubble can observe those right there. If you look at that picture, they're like specks. Those are not stars. Those are actually galaxies
Those galaxies are observed by Hubble, and those are the oldest things that we can see, basically from this part of the universe. They're really cool because 13.7 billion years is the ideal age of the birth of planets, kind of the death of planets, all kinds of really cool stuff. So that's kind of some stuff about the Hubble that's really neat. But yeah, that's pretty cool, guys. So if you want to walk around the exhibition, you totally can.
Indeed, a change mission objectives. With a base on the moon, we could test the limits of living in space and prepare for further missions deep into the solar system.
On the surface of the Earth beyond our atmosphere. So, 1969, Neil Armstrong landed. 72 was our last Apollo mission, Apollo 17. We have learned a lot more about the moon. One very important thing about the moon that we have learned since is that there is actually water ice. And you might think that sounds kind of redundant. Why say water ice? Turns out there are actually different kinds of ice. Of course, here on Earth, we think of water as icing. But anyway, water ice on the moon. Water, of course, is essential to life here on Earth. So if we go anywhere beyond Earth, we want to establish a colony or any kind of base camp like our little model depicts there. We're going to need water to survive. We also need water to help sustain our food that we even have to grow there. Turns out the south pole of the moon, okay, so the equivalent of Antarctica on the moon essentially, has some water ice. There's a crater there called Shackleton Crater. There is a part of it where the sun never shines on that crater just because of the way it's shaped and blocked off from sunlight. Turns out there's water ice there. If we can figure out a way to turn that into liquid, then, well, that would be very good. Let's just say, to put that mildly, well, we kind of need that. So that's why we would want to establish a lunar base maybe around there, Shackleton Crater. So, and if you take a look at that model, look at those buildings. Does that look familiar? Maybe something close to what's right behind you here? So this as a habitat on the moon. If we're going to go anywhere beyond Earth to send people, say to the moon, Mars, or even beyond, we really have to think about conserving costs, conserving fuel. Rockets expend a lot of fuel. Okay. I used to live in Australia. I made lots of flights between Australia back home. Very expensive flights, and that's, just what, 8,000 miles. Imagine how expensive it would be to go to the moon. In fact, it costs around $45,000 just to send a frying pan to the moon. So they don't have $45,000 on them right now. No? No? You're not going to buy us lunch? Okay. Alright. Yeah, so this is actually made from a material called Kevlar. It's the same material that bulletproof vests are made out. So it's very durable, very tough, but much lighter, of course, than a big hunk of metal. So what this does is that we launch it up into space in a rocket, and then at the nose comes the rocket, it splits. This thing comes out and essentially blows up or inflates like a balloon. Okay? And then once you land on the moon, you tether it down, tie it down, you can link them together, form a habitat. Okay? And this is a third of the size of an actual one. So this is just for modeling purposes, but the actual ones are 3 times this size. And then finally, one thing I want to point out, if you look directly above you, see this long thing here? It looks like something from Star Wars, maybe a little TIE fighter shape in that.